Alright, hello everyone. Let me make sure my microphone is up a little bit. Why is the microphone always pointing down? That's better. Alright, so we're going to do my traditional annual WWE Survivor Series pay-per-view predictions. I want to make sure this is up before 4 p.m. Eastern today, so that way the One Wrestling News Facebook page can properly acknowledge my picks, and if they want me to do it in a form, I'll do that as well. But we're going to get started with the predictions. So, quick note that this is going to be an 8 p.m. Eastern start time tomorrow on the 21st. Streaming exclusively on Peacock. Where else would you watch it? In the US. There will be a pre-show beginning at 7 p.m. Eastern, and I'm really happy that we're going back to an 8 p.m. start time because, number one, I'll be busy watching the end of the 4 o'clock games on NFL Red Zone. So I really want to make sure that I wrap that up before I switch on over to Peacock tomorrow night. So, let's get started. By the way, this pay-per-view is taking place in Brooklyn. So I just want to give you the heads up. Okay. So we have a 25-men battle royal. And the reason why it's 25 men is the quite obvious that it is The Rock's 25th anniversary of when he made his WWE debut as Rocky Maivia. So, this is a big deal, and I honestly think that this is going to be sometime later in the show that this match is going to happen. I do think Sami Zayn's going to win. And this is where I think it leads up to The Rock coming out. And why do I think The Rock is going to come out? Well, in order to build up The Rock having that battle with Roman Reigns, which I think it's the inevitable is going to happen at WrestleMania, it's looking like they're going to bring out The Rock. The crowd's going to like it. And, you know, why wouldn't? Because he's The Rock. Just for one night. Not too much to ask for Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson to come to Brooklyn to make a special WWE appearance. I'm sure if they paid him, he would do it for one night only. And then down the line, next year, hopefully when The Rock's schedule clears up, because I've been hearing he's going to take a break from filming movies to come back to wrestling, then, okay. You'll see more of The Rock next year. But for now, let's just put Sami Zayn as the winner of this match, and then The Rock comes out and the crowd eats it up, and then The Rock pulls a rock bottom on Sami Zayn, which could happen. We have a battle of the United States Champion Damian Priest taking on the Intercontinental Champion. So Damian is the Raw Champion, Shinsuke Nakamura the Intercontinental Champion from SmackDown. So, since Damian Priest is from the Bronx, from what I've heard, you gotta make sure Damian Priest wins the match in his own hometown. Wouldn't it kind of be embarrassing, Damian Priest being from the 5 boroughs of New York City, losing this match? That kind of would be embarrassing. So, Raw does get a victory, and it will be Damian Priest in this match. Okay, next up, we move on to the tag team battle. Team RK Bro from Monday Night Raw, Randy Orton and Matt Riddle, taking on Jimmy and Jay the Usos as part of Roman Reigns' bloodline. This is where I think Team RK Bro wins. And there's a good reason why. The Usos necessarily do not have to win this match. it's just a moral victory in terms of showing that the bloodline, and don't mess with the tribal chief, blah, blah, blah. But you got to look at it from a point of view where Team RK Bro has it going on for them. And a big win in this spot would be huge for these two guys. So, Matt Riddle and Randy Orton win. Sorry, Usos. Maybe you'll defend the championships again and continue dominating on your brand. But for one night, Raw's going to get a victory. Okay, so I want to go to the traditional 5-on-5 matches first, because I want to get that over with before we get to the other matches. So we're going to have the women's battle. We know that for here, let's just confirm the participants. On Monday Night Raw, you will have Bianca Belair, the women's tag team champion Rhea Ripley, one half of the women's tag team champion Rhea Ripley. You got Liv Morgan, Carmella, and Queen Selena. So, apparently, I don't know what is going on with Team Raw, but I got a problem with this match. First of all, why isn't Nikki ASH in this match? I mean, Carmella technically should not even be in this match. So Nikki ASH should have been in this match. That doesn't make any sense, but okay then. Friday Night SmackDown will be represented by Sasha Banks, Shotzi, Shayna Baszler, Natalya, and newcomer Toni Storm. So, I think this is a very interesting match in terms of what it looks like. But I'm just going to be honest here. I think Raw's going to win. And why do I think Raw's going to win? I just think that they have more of a veteran squad. If you look at who the roster really represents. But I do think there is a chance that Liv Morgan gets the final pin. Now, who is she going to pin, you may be wondering. I think she's going to pin Sasha Banks. So it's going to be those last two women being one-on-one. I just see it happening. And I think down the line, it gives Liv Morgan momentum to face Becky Lynch down the line. I do want to see Becky and Liv battle it out in the future. Especially because they've been doing a great job building up Liv Morgan. So, that's how I see it going down. I really think Liv Morgan's going to pin Sasha Banks for the win for Team Raw. Then you got the men's side of things. And this is where I can predict it a little bit easier. Because again, I'm not as familiar with the SmackDown women's roster as much as the men's rosters as much in terms of SmackDown. But the women's roster on Raw, I think is much better than SmackDown. Just saying. Because you have too much of Charlotte Flair. That's the problem. Okay. So the men's side of things. This is what Team Raw is going to look like. So let's just read the article. For Team Raw, you will have Seth Rollins, Finn Balor, Kevin Owens, Austin Theory, and the almighty Bobby Lashley. Okay. And obviously what was going on with the Mysterios, we're not going to get into that. That's not appropriate at this time. Well, maybe we'll discuss the Mysterios down the line. As far as SmackDown is concerned, you have Drew McIntyre, Jeff Hardy, King Woods, Sheamus, and Baron Corbin. We're not going to call him Happy Corbin because that's a stupid name. Come on. I know things have been good for him since August, but enough with the Happy Corbin name. It's getting annoying. You could dress up. You could dress up whatever the way you want. You want to dress up like a bum? Dress up like a bum. Want to dress up like you're wearing fancy suits? Hey, it's professional wrestling. You can pull off any gimmick you want. So enough with it. But as far as who I think is going to win, I think SmackDown is going to have the advantage. Just because I just see a breakdown of this team. I just... Remember how last year it was all about AJ Styles? And for some whatever reason they won the match last year? Well, this year it's about the rivalry between Kevin Owens and Seth Rollins. That's the problem here. And it's going to cause Team Raw to lose. I think SmackDown's going to have a little bit of chemistry. The only problem I see is Jeff Hardy and Baron Corbin, because there's been an issue between those two. I think they'll get over it. And I think that they're going to prevail in the end. So SmackDown, in terms of moral victory, will get the win here. So we will get to our main event of the night coming up. I think it's going to be the women who get the main event. Survivor Series. Coming to close to an end with my predictions. We have Big E, the WWE Champion from Raw, taking on your Tribal Chief from SmackDown, Roman Reigns. I hate to say it, but Roman Reigns is going to win. And why is the Tribal Chief going to win? Because you're going to see dominance again from Roman. Okay? I know Big E's going to do good things on Raw. But he's going to lose to Roman Reigns. Because at this moment, I think Big E should be more worried about Kevin Owens right now. He should be more worried about Seth Rollins right now. Those are the two opponents that he's going to be facing down the line. Roman's just sending a message to Brock Lesnar, I think. That's what this match is clearly about. That, hey, I can beat the WWE Champion. Brock boy, I'm going to beat you so hard, you don't know what's going to come next. That's what Roman's trying to say. Alright? And you know, The Rock is going to be in the arena, closely paying attention to this match. Because The Rock is getting ready to face Roman in 2022. It's only a matter of time before it happens. Roman Reigns is your winner. And then the main event of the night, and this is going to be the main event, I really think it will be. You have the man, Becky Lynch, renewing her rivalry. So, Becky, the Raw Champion, taking on Charlotte Flair from Friday Night SmackDown. So I had to get it out of my system, alright? It has to... You have to go with the flow here. With how these two women have known each other personally and have had great matches over the years. And especially somehow Becky has always seemed to win the big matches whenever she's needed to. And, you know, there have been moments where Charlotte has put Becky down over the years, but Becky always seems to prevail. And remember, this is New York. You're going to a sports market that has the largest Irish-American sports fans in the country. So the fans in Brooklyn are not going to be too happy, especially because some of those fans are going to be coming from Long Island. Don't you remember a few years ago at Nassau Coliseum how the crowd was overwhelmingly cheering for Becky Lynch? Yeah. So, Becky's going to win. The man always finds a way to take care of her business. And I know she's had all these multiple names. You know, I'm just going to say this now. You know, the man always has a way to win. She always does. And Rebecca Quinn is great at what she does. Am I right or am I wrong? And she has the Irish Lass Kicker. And, you know, there's Big Time Bex, where she always goes by that now. Big Time Bex. Come on. She is Big Time Bex, but she's still going to be the man to me. So, there you have it. I mean, I'm done rambling here. I think I've made my predictions very clear. I hope I've made it to the point where I've gone further enough about it. So guess what, folks? This is going to be our last pay-per-view prediction of 2021. That's right. This is it. Because after that, the next pay-per-view will be on New Year's Day. January 1st. I forget the name of the pay-per-view right now, but we know there's a pay-per-view on January 1st, unless for some whatever reason WWE comes up with another gimmick to make us watch on Peacock. We may find another way to do it. Maybe there'll be an announcement tomorrow night during the show. We'll have to wait and see, but don't be surprised if they promote the New Year's Day pay-per-view tomorrow. So that's it. I will wrap up this video. So thank you for watching. Enjoy the show. And again, pre-show begins at 7 o'clock. So note that if you're going to be streaming on Peacock, again, I will not be watching because I'm going to be watching the end of NFL Red Zone's coverage for the day. So I'll be tuning in right after Red Zone concludes their broadcast. So, also want to mention, if you are going to be at the Barclays Center tomorrow in person, make sure you show up around 6 o'clock or 6:30, because I believe that's when the gates are going to open. So, you are traveling to Brooklyn by mass transit or looking for parking. Try to pack some extra time in because, you know, you're going to want to get ready for the show, right? So enjoy it. And until the next one, please take care.